this year. Let's go to the defensive side. On the defensive side, I wanted to see that how many times we was gonna get pressure to Joe Burrow. And honestly, Joe Burrow only got sacked one time. I feel like that pressure has to be a little bit better. I feel like that the only way that you're going to have to stop these elite quarterbacks is putting pressure. And speaking of that one sack, shout out to Jadeveon Clowney for getting his first sack as a flock, man. We was hoping that you was going to get your sack. And now that you finally got it, because I felt like you should have got 2 last week. Now that you got your first one, man, you settled in. Now is keep putting pressure on the quarterbacks. That's what the Ravens have to do, man. The Ravens have to keep putting pressure on the quarterbacks. And like I said, even though we didn't get to a lot of sacks, the pressure was there because we able to force Joe Burrow into a turnover. He threw an interception deep into the red zone to Geno Stone. I wish that Geno Stone would have waited and let his block got set up, but he was still able to he was able to swing that momentum back the Baltimore way. So shout out to my man Geno Stone, man, for coming through and getting that pick on Joe Burrow. What else on the defensive side I had asked for is the quarterback pressure and the DBs versus the wide receivers. We already knew that the Bengals wide receiver room is loaded. They got top 3 heavy wide receivers, you feel me, in Boyd, Higgins, and Chase. But the Ravens defense, the scheme today, Higgins was able to get off a little bit, but Jamar Chase was pretty much like a non-factor, especially my man Rock Yak Shin, man. Oh my goodness, that big defensive touchdown stop that you able to break that pass up, that was great technique. That was able to put your hands in between the ball and the wide receiver hand, and it was a great rip. That showed me that there's some promise there. All you gotta do is stay healthy. Ronald Darby, he had a decent game. Yes, he did get a touchdown scored on him. I felt like Higgins should have been called for offensive PI, but hey, referees can't see everything. And you're not going to get everything called. So, I feel like Higgins, and plus Ronald Darby is like 5'8", 5'9" versus a 6', 6'1". Sometimes them jump balls is most definitely going to win